Tucker Wall. Number 6, junior goalie, Shane Roberts. Number 8, junior midfielder, Brady Taylor. Number 11, senior defender, John Callender. Number 12, senior defender, Noah Schmount. Number 13, senior midfielder, Owen Davis. Number 14, junior attackman, Andre Deere. Number 18, senior defender, Jack Myers. Number 19, junior midfielder, Levi Houston. Number 22, senior defender, Dylan Reed. Number 23, junior midfielder, Carson Tweed. Number 26, freshman goalie, Tom Seiler. Number 27, senior defender, Ren Rosario. Number 31, senior Fogo, Lucas Willingham. Number 32, junior attackman, Noah Booth. Number 34, junior defender, Eli Tinsley. Number 36, junior midfielder, Cooper Ruiz. Number 41, senior defender, Nate Kyle. Number 46, junior defender, John Stanley. Number 66, senior midfielder, Deacon Ivey. Number 88, senior midfielder, Mason Broussard. And number 99, junior defender, Brighton Peterson. Leading the Tigers tonight is head coach, Bill Caparata. For your home team this afternoon, the TMI Episcopal Panthers. Starting off, number 1, sophomore, Ian Hutchins. Number 10, senior midfielder, Justice Briskin. Number 12, senior goalie, Dylan Dorgan. Number 13, senior defender, Calvin Walls. Number 14, junior midfielder, Drew Marr. Number 15, junior midfielder, Walker Allen. Number 16, senior Fogo, Justin Kemalak. Number 18, sophomore midfielder, John Whitaker. Number 19, freshman LSM, Ben Atkinson. Number 2, senior attackman, Wyatt Finke. Number 20, junior attackman, Luke Tucker. Number 21, sophomore defender, Ethan Bartlett. Number 22, junior defender, Patrick Miggins. Number 23, senior midfielder, Aiden Knotson. Number 24, junior goalie, Thomas Skelly. Number 25, sophomore attackman, Marcus Block. Number 26, freshman attackman, James Miggins. Number 27, junior midfielder, Alex Lambert. Number 28, senior attackman, J.P. Tucker. Number 31, junior Fogo, Caden Fino. Number 32, sophomore attackman, Robert Mines. Number 33, junior attackman, Jackson Number 34, sophomore goalie, Everett Schick. Number 38, freshman defender, Nathan Walls. Number 39, senior LSM, Will Castellano. Number 4, freshman midfielder, Matthew Anderson. Number 5, freshman midfielder, Liam Glennon. Number 6, freshman LSM, Max Pina. Number 7, junior LSM, Emilio Salcido. And number 8, junior defender, Will Clanton. Leading the team for the Panthers is head coach, Blake Skinner. At this time, I'd like fans to please rise, remove your hats for our national anthem.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2024 Texas High School Lacrosse League State Championships. You are looking live at Mustang Stadium on the campus of Magnolia West High School in Magnolia, Texas, as Game On Sports Network brings you exclusive coverage of today's Texas High School Lacrosse League Class B State Semifinal between the Dripping Springs Tigers and the San Antonio TMI Episcopal Panthers. Alongside Tom McGee, this is Brian Shackelford welcoming you to today's Class B State Semifinal here at Mustang Stadium. And Tom, after the barn burner we had just had in the first Class B State Semifinal between Lucas Lovejoy and Highland Park, as Highland Park pulled out the win in overtime, this game also, like that game, features two district opponents, two teams that know each other very well. And what's at stake here this afternoon in our final game of the day at Mustang Stadium is that second spot in tomorrow morning's Class B State Championship game.
You're absolutely right, Brian. You know, I'll start off with Dripping Springs. They're 2-2 overall in district, 17-5 overall, and they bring to bear Kyle Parker, who has scored. He's an attackman. He has scored 88 goals this year.
Man.
Followed by Brady Taylor with 37. So look at that difference, 51 goals. So be looking for Kyle Parker out there this afternoon.
Big number 4.
Yes, he's going to be somebody to contend with. But let's not take away from anything from TMI. We'll talk a little bit about, well, maybe you can allude more about their last meeting.
Indeed, these two teams met about 3 weeks ago at Dripping Springs, and it was a thoroughly convincing win for TMI Episcopal, or pardon me, that was a home game for TMI Episcopal in San Antonio, as they beat Dripping Springs 3 weeks ago by a score of 22-5. But in talking before the game with head coach Bill Cafferata of the Dripping Springs Tigers, he talked about that the game that they played against TMI 3 weeks ago came at probably the low point of their season. They had lost 4 consecutive games. The team was just not clicking at all. As a matter of fact, he said, we didn't even spend 1 minute of practice that week preparing for TMI. We spent the whole week trying to get our head back in the game. And even though they lost convincingly to this TMI Panther team 3 weeks ago, everything since then has been fantastic for Dripping Springs as they come into the playoffs on fire. They have a 17-5 overall record. But coming in as the 14 seed in the Class B playoffs, 2 major upsets to get them here to today's semifinal. The big upset in the regional round against Humble Kingwood. They beat Humble Kingwood 11-8 to send the 3 seed home in the first round. And then last week in the state quarterfinals, beating Pearland 15-9 to secure their place in this game today. So you've got the number 2 overall seed in TMI Episcopal facing off against the number 14 seed in Dripping Springs. 2 very familiar opponents, and this should be a tough, hard-fought game here today as we're ready to get underway at Mustang Stadium. The opening draw won by Dripping Springs, and we're underway in our second Class B State semifinal as Brendan Maggot with the face-off win for Dripping Springs, but immediately they turned the ball over to TMI. But a nice defensive play on the far side by number 12 for Dripping Springs, Noah Shomok, as he forces the Panther player out of bounds. Turnover to the Tigers. And that was a big factor in today's game here. Speaking with Coach Bill Cafferata before the game, he had mentioned that his key, one of his main keys, was focusing on the face-off circle. And he was giving big-time credit to the FOGO specialist for TMI, number 16, Justin Kimmelap. And his goal in the game today in the face-off circle was to hold Kimmelap to plus 10 or lower. He said, we cannot afford to let Kimmelap win 30 face-offs today. If I can keep him to plus 10 or less, then that's going to be a successful day for the Tigers.
Yeah, it'll be a tall order as well as we watch action unfold out here on the field.
Yeah, Dripping Springs with their first possession of the game. A high shot there by Kyle Parker. And keep an eye on number 4 in the black jersey today. The Dripping Springs Tigers in the black jerseys with gold and white trims, the white numerals on the back of those black jerseys. And the TMI Episcopal Panthers in the all-white, decorated with orange trim and beautiful orange helmets.
Turnover by the Tigers.
Has very much a University of Tennessee look with that bright orange today. I'm not used to seeing that bright orange color here in Texas.
Not the bright orange, but the burnt orange.
Indeed.
Is what we're normally used to seeing around here.
But that's your teams today. TMI Episcopal in the white with orange and Dripping Springs in the black shirts with the white numerals. They get another turnover. There's Parker on the near side. He'll shoot. Great save there by the Panther goaltender, number 24, Thomas Skelly. And Parker had him dead to rights, but Skelly equal to the challenge.
Parker was wide open for that shot. All he had was him and the goalie between the rock. Surprised he missed, but we'll see good things from him today.
And with that rebound, it's still a scoreless game here, almost 2 minutes gone in the first quarter. As a ground ball, still loose, now scooped up. Nope. Ground ball win there for Dripping Springs. They get it right back to Parker. He's all by himself on the near side. As Dripping Springs back on the attack in this scoreless game. Parker taking his time, shot clock at 70. And this is another thing then, talking to Coach Cafferata before the game, he said he wants to slow this game down as much as he possibly can because he thinks that will just frustrate the daylights out of the Panthers.
Another missed shot on goal.
Number 4, Kyle
the missed
Parker
shot heading toward the far side. A challenge won there on the ground ball by number 14, Andre Deere. And I said, well, what kind of a low-scoring game are we talking about here, Coach? He said, if we could win this game 6-4, I'd be thrilled.
Scooped up by number 7.
And then he kind of chuckled and said, well, honestly, I think it's a race to 12.
17.
But if we can get to 12 first, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, that's a broad statement, too.
So coming across the timeline, number 66, Deacon Ivy, the junior, shot from the near side by Dominic Bruni, just wide.
Dominic Bruni.
And Dripping Springs, when they've had the opportunities, Coach Caff said he wanted to slow things down, but they've had good open looks, and they've put 4 shots on goal. They just haven't been able to get one past Thomas Skelly.
I think once they settle down and get a feel for each other, we'll see a lot more accuracy and more not only more shots on goal, but more points being scored.
And the ball out of bounds as Dripping Springs brings the ball back into play. They'll go back up top with number 31, Lucas Willingham. Willingham up top, waiting for the right people to get on the field as the shot clock down to 65, and we approach 8.5 to play here in quarter number 1 at Magnolia West High School. A loose ball near the end line. It goes across the end line out of bounds. The officials confer, and they will award possession to Dripping Springs.
Let's watch and see how Dripping Springs moves the ball around in this type of situation where they've got time. The clock is in their favor still. Let's see what they can do with it, move it around as they've got some good shots on goal already this afternoon.
And number 22 of the Panthers, Patrick Miggins, forces the yard sale on Kyle Parker. So the loose cross, now TMI with possession in close. A shot in the opening goal for the Panthers. Number 28, J.P. Tucker. And the TMI Episcopal Panthers out to the early 1-0 lead. So J.P. Tucker and the Panthers able to take advantage of the transition game and put that ball behind the netminder Shane Roberts for the Dripping Springs Tigers.
Number 28, JP
Exactly
Tucker.
8 minutes remain in the first quarter. TMI Episcopal 1, Dripping Springs 0. Face off in the center circle. And the loose ball scooped up by number 31, Caden Fenno.
With the assist.
As Fenno with the face-off win. Now he'll go quickly on the attack, marked by number 22, Dylan Reeves for the Tigers. So 1-0 TMI Episcopal here in the early stages of the first quarter. And Tom, that was just an unfortunate series of offense there on the Tigers, as they had put 4 consecutive shots on goal and could not get it to go in, but a very fast transition by the Panthers give them the early lead.
Yeah, they're both transitioning the ball well, but just some errant shots to the outside.
And TMI Episcopal controlling. They're down to 65 on the shot clock. From the near far side goal line, extended off the post by number 4, Matthew Anderson. And we heard the ping of that iron all the way up here in the booth at Magnolia West High School. That shot had some velocity on it from about 6 yards out. Now they go back in looking for Tucker. Fantastic save by Shane Roberts, as Matthew Anderson was right on the doorstep.
Just heads up play on part of the goalie. That's why they got him back there today. And they're going to really rely on him today to block those incoming shots.
And now the long stick midi moving in, a shot. Another equally close shot by Dominic Bruni. And a big kick save there by the TMI goaltender. Now the Panthers come racing down the far sideline. Goal line extended on the far side. That's number 20 with possession, Luke Tucker. So 2 great shots there from point blank range. And excellent work by both goalkeepers. Yeah,
Bruni wishes he had that one back. It was just him and the goalie. And the goalie won that matchup.
So the Panthers in control with 6:20 to play in the first quarter and a 1-0 lead. They have the rock, and they're down to 50 on the shot clock. As the ball goes back up top with number 23, Aiden Knotson. A shot from distance saved by the goalkeeper for Dripping Springs, as Shane Roberts makes another fantastic save for the Tigers. Turnover to the Panthers. They'll attack quickly. A 3-on-2 situation. And forcing the ground ball in front of the net. That's number 41, Nate Tayo. So Tayo with great defensive work there, as Roberts will outlet to Deacon Ivy. Now Ivy just bowled over. And a whistle. We'll see which way this call goes. We've got a penalty flag on the far side, and this looks like a penalty coming up for the TMI Episcopal Panthers.
We'll see how they sort this one out. It'll be interesting.
And the call, push in the back, and that will reserve Aiden Knotson a seat in the penalty box for the next 60 seconds. So our first man-up advantage of the contest in favor of Dripping Springs. As Kyle Parker, the leading goal scorer for the Tigers, as you had mentioned, Tom, 88 goals so far this season. Puts the ball in play for Dripping Springs.
Just phenomenal. We'll see as the game progresses. They're going to get the ball into him at any chance they can.
And there's a big goal from distance, 10 yards out. That's number 8, Brady Taylor, scoring on the power play for Dripping Springs.
Brady Taylor, their second leading scorer on this Tiger squad this year, and he came to play today.
And Taylor will knot the score on the power play with 5:26 remaining in our first quarter. Now Dripping Springs 1, TMI Episcopal 1 in our second Class B semifinal here this afternoon at Magnolia West. For those of you that joined us earlier, you saw a thriller of a matchup between the Highland Park B squad and the Lucas Lovejoy Leopards, as Highland Park came from 5 goals down with 9 minutes to play to force overtime and then score the game-winning goal in overtime to take that match 9-8. So Highland Park awaits the winner of this game in tomorrow morning's Class B state championship. And folks, that game has been moved up due to possible inclement weather. That game will be live on the air with the pregame show at 8:55 a.m. tomorrow morning Central Time, and face-off of the Class B state championship tomorrow morning from Magnolia High School at 9 a.m. Central, right here on Game On Sports.
You know, alluding back a second ago, that Caden Fenno cleared the ball and brought it down and had a dished it off, and they had a good shot on goal, and it wasn't successful. But what a heads-up play there by Caden.
No, Caden Fenno, one of the people that Coach Bill Cafferata of the Tigers is worried about in that faceoff circle, and winning all 3 of his faceoffs so far. And there's another goal for Dripping Springs, hanging out on the doorstep. That's number 20, Luke Tucker, and Tucker gets his name in the book and puts the Panthers back in front 2-1. Great look here on the replay. So Luke Tucker just outside the crease, all alone as Dylan Reeves had lost the coverage. 4:27 remains in the opening quarter. Now TMI Episcopal 2, Dripping Springs 1 in this Class B state semifinal.
Yeah, Tucker took that ball very well and patiently got it in the goal, and he's a junior this year, so he will return next year regardless of the outcome.
And a whistle following the faceoff. Ball out of bounds, and it will be awarded to Dripping Springs. So both of the Tucker brothers in the scorebook. The older brother, the senior J.P. Tucker, with the opening goal, and his younger brother, the junior Luke Tucker, with the second goal. So where it stands here with 4 minutes to go in our opening quarter at Magnolia West High School, Tucker brothers 2, Dripping Springs Tigers 1.
That's about the size of it.
So now Dripping Springs with an opportunity here to tie the game. The goal scorer for the Tigers, Brady Taylor, with possession. And he'll dish off to number 9. Now the ball that was Brady Taylor knocked on his rear end.
And we got a flag down, Brian.
And it did draw a foul, so now a second man-up opportunity coming up for Dripping Springs, and they did score on the last power play, Tom.
Got a flag on the play.
We'll look and see how they set up for this particular situation, being a man up.
And all 3 officials meeting to confirm the call here before they give the indication to the scorer's table. And a slash called on TMI Episcopal. Although I do not see a Panther sitting in the penalty box.
Flags on number 17, Will Castellano.
You know, this TMI squad.
Now Will Castellano takes his place in the sin bin. 60-second man-up advantage for Dripping Springs.
This TMI squad, they knew what to expect coming in here today, and they're taking the measures necessary to keep Dripping Springs at bay.
Charging in on the near side, that's number 31, Lucas Willingham. His shot over the top of goal, and Dripping Springs maintains control in X. They go back up top to Willingham. About 20 seconds remaining in the penalty to Castellano. And an errant pass, unforced error on Dripping Springs. And now TMI Episcopal will attack shorthanded. So bringing the ball back into play for TMI, the long stick midi number 21, Ethan Bartlett. Loose ground ball. And so far, that ball out of bounds. Oh, it will be, TMI with possession. And right up to that point, I was about to say that Dripping Springs seems to have won the ground ball battle here in the first 9 minutes of the game, but a nice effort there by the defense for TMI Episcopal to maintain possession.
Yeah, every time I see a goalie try and clear a ball long, it makes me a little nervous because their matting and their stick is so much wider, and they can't be as accurate as these guys that are carrying these midi sticks, long sticks, and the short sticks. And that's exactly what happened, and that created that turnover.
And now TMI Episcopal with possession up top, number 28, J.P. Tucker, the first goal scorer of the game for the Panthers. Shot clock moving under 50 as we have 2.5 remaining in our opening quarter. And now the light rain starting to have some effect as players are slipping on the field. The ball loose in front of the crease. Ground ball opportunity and the whistle by the referees. Possession to Dripping Springs. And it's been a light sprinkle here right before the opening of the game. No lightning in the area, Tom, so we'll play on. But it looks like the water on the turf becoming a factor here in the first quarter.
Well, we alluded to that fact during this last game. As I said, I walked out on that field prior, and it was a little slick even when it was dry. Maybe it's an older field.
It does appear to feel like a kind of a matted turf, maybe a little bit of an older turf surface. As Tucker loses the ball, ground ball opportunity won by number 22, Patrick Miggins. Now Miggins dispossessed, scramble for the ball, and TMI will be awarded possession. Great call right there. The field judge in perfect possession here on the near sideline. So on the attack, once again, J.B. Tucker on the near side as we're closing in on 100 seconds to play in the first. And the bounce shot over the top of goal by number 23, Aiden Knotson.
23, Aiden Knotson for the Panthers.
And we have a stoppage of time here, 1:42 remaining. And I believe we have timeout by TMI. No. Well, we'll see. We've got timeout on the field, folks. We'll be back after this short break. You're watching Texas High School Lacrosse League Championship, semifinal Saturday. Come back right here on Game On Sports. Folks, we welcome you back here to Magnolia West High School. Brian Shackelford and Tom McGee with coverage of today's Class B state semifinal between Dripping Springs and TMI Episcopal. And Tom, this shows you just how important each possession is to these teams, because head coach Blake Skinner of the Panthers felt that this possession was important enough to call timeout with 1:42 to play in the first quarter, even though the Panthers have a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, he's a very strategic coach, and he can tell when the tide is turning one way or the other, and when he senses any discomfort on the players, he'll call timeout and circle the wagons.
So TMI with 1 timeout remaining here in the first half. Each team gets 2 timeouts per half in Texas High School lacrosse. As that shot goes across the end line, it will be brought back in play from X by number 2, Wyatt Finke.
Aiden Knotson.
You know, TMI is one of the last remaining, or it was one of the last remaining military academies. I think the Marine Military Academy down in Harlingen is one of the last ones we have in Texas. So it's interesting, the merger between the Episcopal School portion of it and the Military Institute portion of it.
Yeah, TMI becoming TMI Episcopal, I believe in 2017 they became co-ed, and I believe 1986, so a much different look from 100 and some odd years ago when they were strictly Texas Military Institute.
You mentioned we have a celebrity that went down there, correct?
Yes, as a matter of fact, the General of the Army's Douglas MacArthur, a graduate of Texas Military Institute, so you can count him on the rolls of the alumni of what is now TMI Episcopal. So a little fun fact for you there today, folks, as we play lacrosse here in the Houston area. We're inside the final 20 seconds of the opening quarter, and TMI with the final possession here as they look to extend this 1-goal lead. On the far side, that's number 14, Drew Marr. Marr working with number 15, Walker Allen. In the middle, Tucker with a shot, deflected. Another low shot and a goal for TMI Episcopal. Off the rebound, the goal for number 14, Drew Marr, with 2 seconds to play in the first quarter. 3-1 advantage Panthers.
Yeah, the junior midfielder came up on the center of the court there. I say the court, the cross, and was able to make hay with that shot. Very well done by Drew Marr.
So Marr adding a goal in the very late stages here of the first quarter. And put a star by that one, Tom. That might be a critical goal as we get into the later stages of this game, as Coach Skinner's team able to capitalize with just 2 seconds to play in the first. The face-off in the center circle. And the horn will sound. That ends our first quarter of play. We've got 12 minutes in the books here at Mustang Stadium in Magnolia, Texas, as Game On Sports Network brings you live exclusive coverage of today's Class B state semifinal. TMI Episcopal 3, Dripping Springs Tigers 1. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this short break. And folks, we're back with the second quarter. The face-off won by TMI Episcopal's Fenno. As Caden Fenno with the face-off win will start the second quarter, a 3-1 advantage for TMI Episcopal out of the San Antonio area. And folks, the second quarter of today's game is brought to you by Next Gen Audio Video. Game On would like to thank our sponsor, Next Gen Audio Video, for this weekend's sponsorship of the TSHLL State Championships. Folks, Next Gen Audio Video has been serving North Dallas since 2010 with services that include home theater design and installation. You'll have peace of mind knowing that all of your audiovisual needs are in the hands of people who care. For more information, visit their website at nextgenaudiovideo.com. And Tom, as we begin the second 12 minutes here in Magnolia West High School, a key goal there with 2 seconds to play in the quarter for TMI Episcopal, as it's now a 2-goal advantage for the Panthers here with a minute gone in our second quarter.
Yeah, absolutely, and just right after that, the Dripping Springs goalie, Shane Roberts, number 6, that was a good block shot that gave them the ball to bring down. They weren't able to make anything of it, but that was a good heads-up play by their goalie.
So Shane Roberts still keeping the work good in between the pipes, as Dripping Springs manages to hold the lead here at just 2 goals. Now TMI on the attack once again is JP Tucker up top. And folks, while we have lacrosse here at Magnolia West High School, we also have Class AA lacrosse on Game On Sports. As our other crew broadcasting from Magnolia High School, they have the Class AA semifinal between the Woodlands and Westlake. The Westlake Chaparrals out of the Austin area, and an early second quarter score there, Tom. Woodlands 4, Westlake 1. As earlier today, the defending AA state champion Highland Park Scots were defeated by Episcopal School of Dallas 8-6. So the winner between Woodlands and Westlake will face off against Episcopal School of Dallas tomorrow in the Class 2A state championship.
Yeah, and that'll be a good matchup too as we watch the Tigers try and make something happen here.
And a loose ball, ground ball opportunity there, won by number 21, Ethan Bartlett of the Panthers. The TMI Panthers, once again, folks, in the white uniforms with orange trim. Dripping Springs in the black shirts with the white numbers. And TMI with the 2-goal advantage. They have 9.5 to play before halftime, 60 on the shot clock. And very patient offense here to open the second quarter from Coach Blake Skinner's group.
Yeah, I think he preaches that too when they've got the time and the shot clock's in their favor, just to kind of size up the defense and see what they're up against prior to bringing the ball into play.
So marching in now with possession, number 23, Aiden Knotson. He'll dump off to 15, Walker Allen. Knotson from the far side goal line, extended shot, wide of goal.
Shot by number.
And the ball brought back into play from X by number 20, Luke Tucker. 30 on the shot clock for the Panthers. Once again, number 15, Allen up top. Looking for J.P. Tucker, wearing 28 today for TMI. The shot clock down to 20, and it looks like they're looking for just the right shot here, not trying to throw in a necessary shot on goal and keep possession, Tom.
Well, Dripping Springs' defense is tightening up, as you can tell. You don't see anybody permeating that crease area at all on behalf of the Panthers, but we'll see.
Yeah, Tucker with the shot over the top of goal. Out of play, and another shot out of bounds as number 2, Wyatt Finke, will bring the ball back in play. Now the referee stopped play with 8.5 remaining in our second quarter.
I think they're resetting the play clock. They went back to 80, and now it's back down to 8.
Yeah, so a shot clock issue there, resolved by the table on the far side. So the shot clock, now they've put it at 5. Well, pick a number, Tom.
I'll take 4.
There we go. So 4 seconds it is on the shot clock, and instead Finke will just dump the ball and take the shot clock violation. Dripping Springs will now have possession with 8:25 to play before halftime.
Turnover to the Tigers.
So the ball brought back in play by number 99, Brighton Peterson.
There's a gamble and a turnover. That was a bad pass.
Yeah, that you hate to see that on the unforced error.
Turnover.
And quickly the Panthers back on the attack.
I mean, his goalie was open. He threw it all the way across the field.
And Wyatt Finke puts the ball home. He takes the pass from the far sideline, and Dripping Springs pays for that mistake dealer. It's now 4-1 advantage, TMI Episcopal.
It just goes to show you got to stay focused, especially in this game in lacrosse. Anything can go wrong at any juncture, and that was proven just then on an errant pass that cost them initially the goal.
Yeah, cost them possession. And the first thing it did was cost them possession, and then of course Finke cashes in, so now it's a 3-goal deficit, on a play that more than likely should have come straight downfield by Peterson instead of going across to the other sideline.
That's good analogy.
And now number 31, Caden Fenno, decleated after the faceoff win. Penalty flag on the play in the air coming up against Dripping Springs. In the meantime, TMI will play the advantage. They have 65 on the shot clock. Sneaking in from the far side, a long stick midi, number 13, Calvin Walls. They'll get the ball back up top with J.P. Tucker. Tucker, spin move, shot, saved by the goalkeeper, Shane Roberts. Still possession for TMI, no penalty call yet. As you see the yellow flag on the field, 16 yards from goal.
6, Shane Roberts.
So Wyatt Finke controlling in X.
We'll see what this penalty flag nets whomever.
Well, they haven't blown the whistle with TMI in possession, so I'm guessing that it's going to be a penalty against Dripping Springs. But we'll see what happens here now. It's shot from distance, low bouncing shot by number 4, Matthew Anderson. And with a stoppage of play, 7:12 remaining in the half, we'll get the penalty call. So if this is indeed a foul against Dripping Springs, this will be the first man-up advantage on the afternoon for TMI Episcopal, the first penalty against Dripping Springs.
Yeah. They'll take any advantage they can get.
Flag on the play.
And the call being relayed to the referee nearest the scoring table. And now we'll get that call. As it's being explained there on the sideline to head coach Bill Cafferata of the Tigers.
Flag's been waved off. No flag on the play.
And now the officials pick up the flag. Evidently, Coach Cafferata pled his case successfully as the officials have picked up the flag. So no penalty, but TMI Episcopal will still have possession.
Yeah, I saw that $20 bill go to that ref. No,
we weren't supposed to say that part, Tom.
I'm of course kidding, but
yeah, right. Like that old line in the movie, I'm not free, but I'm cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, we're just kidding, folks. No money exchange hands there. But Coach Cafferata successfully pleading his case. The officials have picked up the flag, so instead of a man-up advantage for TMI Episcopal, they will have possession, 20 on the shot clock, 7:12 to play before halftime.
Notice that defense tightening up for Dripping Springs.
Back up top, it's number 14, Drew Marr. Marr with a goal in the game already for the Panthers. He'll go back to another goal scorer for TMI, J.P. Tucker. Marr once again on the far side. Gets around Nate Tayo, and that shot goes wide. As bringing the ball back in from X.
Shot clock violation.
Shot clock violation as the ball goes out of bounds. I was wondering why Dripping Springs was getting the ball, but the 80-second game or shot clock expired. That would be a good reason.
You know, at first I wasn't in favor of the 80-second clock, especially in high school, but it's kind of grown on me over the years, and I think it's a good thing. It speeds the game up and makes these kids kind of think about what they need to do a little more in advance.
No, and it keeps up the pace of the men's game.
31.
And I venture to say, perhaps, Tom, that within the next 2 to 3 years, we may actually see a shot clock in women's lacrosse as well. Although it might be a little bit longer, like a 90-second shot clock or something.
Flag on the play.
I'll bet you're right.
And we have a penalty on the far side. We'll check this one out as the officiating crew definitely getting their money's worth here this afternoon. Well, they want to be so in control now, Tom. They've got 4 referees on the field instead of 3.
I'll be darned.
So we'll check the penalty call. And it's a technical foul being assessed against Dripping Springs. So in the penalty box, number 31, Lucas Willingham for 30 seconds. As this will now be the first player up advantage of the game for TMI Episcopal.
Technical foul, 30 seconds.
So a 30-second advantage here for the Panthers as Aiden Knotson and crew look to extend this 3-goal lead. 15 seconds remaining in the penalty as Finke on the near side goes back into X. The wraparound looking for the diving in Drew Marr up front.
That was a good assist.
Another loose ball, but finally scooped up by Shane Roberts. So a good play there put together by TMI Episcopal. They just weren't able to cash in.
Yeah.
And now Dripping Springs will lose the ball out of bounds.
Turnover by the Tigers.
So the Panthers control as the penalty expires. So both teams now back at equal strength, but the Panthers still in possession. 5:45 to play in the first half.
We're starting to see a little pattern here. They've controlled the ball a lot longer than the Tigers have, and they've made hay seemingly when they need to. But Dripping has got to make something happen. Get the ball back down on their court.
Oh, great save there by Roberts as Drew Marr cut in on the one-timer. And he flashed that big net up to knock the ball wide. Still another 80 on the shot clock, and you just said it right there, Tom. The relentless assault by the TMI Episcopal offense pays off there as they now extend the lead to 5-1. We'll take a look at the replay here on the goal. As wide open, number 15, Walker Allen with the score.
Number 15, Walker
Just a straight open shot from way up top.
Number 28, JP.
Nice bounce. Gets past the goalie, and that's what you see now, 5-1 margin.
So 5 different goal scorers on the afternoon for TMI Episcopal, as it's now a 5-1 advantage for the Panthers. Another face-off win for number 31, Caden Fenno. And immediately TMI goes back to work on offense.
Yeah, they've got to work on their face-offs.
And Fenno just takes it right down and scores. So 2 goals for TMI Episcopal in 12 seconds, and it's now 6-1 Panthers.
Wow.
Take a look here at the replay. Fenno coast to coast off the face-off.
6-1 Panthers.
As Fenno with that face-off win just marches it right down and buries it in the back of the net.
Yeah, the goalie came out just a smidge too much on that. He might have been better served staying home, but he did what he thought was best, and it ended up costing them.
And now we have a stoppage of time on the field as Dripping Springs will take time out. 5:12 remaining here before halftime in this Class B state semifinal. TMI Episcopal 6, Dripping Springs 1. We'll return to semifinal Saturday here on Game On Sports in just a moment. Folks, we welcome you back here following the timeout. Both timeouts taken by TMI. So I thought after that goal that would be a timeout by Dripping Springs, but I was corrected on that during the break by the officiating crew here at Magnolia West High School. So now TMI out of timeouts, and they are well in command of this game, leading 6-1 with just over 5 minutes to play before halftime.
Yeah, I don't think that using that second timeout is going to hamper them at all with the lead that they've got now, and they're winning these face-offs left and right.
Yeah, Fenno has only lost one face-off in the entire game. As that errant pass off the cross of number 20, Luke Tucker, he saves it from going out of bounds. And the Panthers attack again as the clock moves under 5 minutes to play in the half. Another bounce shot just wide by J.P. Tucker. And it goes out of bounds as Wyatt Finke will bring the ball back into play. And Tom, an update in our Class AA semifinal going on right now at Magnolia High School. Westlake has come storming back. Woodlands had a 6-1 lead in that game. And now with 3 minutes to play in the first half, it's Woodlands 6, Westlake 5.
Those are both good lacrosse programs, as all of these are. But the Woodlands is like some of these has got a storied history too. So I'm interested in the outcome of this game as well.
Yeah, now with Magnolia being out of the playoffs, I would think that the Woodlands are probably the one team left that has the closest thing to home field advantage.
Yeah.
As we have the state championships here in Magnolia, the Woodlands only about 10 miles away. The ball out of bounds on the near side, lost by Dripping Springs. And TMI Episcopal brings the ball back into play. They have 27 on the shot clock. A shot from distance by Walker Allen saves Shane Roberts.
Good save.
Yeah, Roberts standing tall in the net so far. You kind of think, wait, it's 6-1, but this could easily be a 10 or 11-1 game had Roberts not been making fantastic saves so far.
He's done his job. However, the score, goalie's out of position.
Yeah, the goalie took that one away from number 14, Andre Deere. Now the long stick midi on the attack for the Panthers, Will Castellano. In close, Finke, he'll shoot, and a kick save there by Roberts. So Finke mano-a-mano on Roberts, and Roberts wins that battle to force the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
So Shane Roberts still managing to do his best, so you really can't blame Shane Roberts for this 6-1 score, Tom, but it's the Dripping Springs offense that needs to get back on the job with 3.5 to play in the second quarter.
Tell you, my neck's starting to bother me. We're looking to the left all the time because orange and white have had the ball for the most dominant part of this first half.
Possession 70% in favor of TMI in this first half. As back up top, it's number 14, Drew Marr. They work goal line extended with Finke on the near side. A shot, and just barely snuck that in. Tucker actually took a little bit off of that. It was like throwing a changeup in baseball, and it snuck by Shane Roberts for goal number 7 on the afternoon for TMI.
Yeah, Shane got caught off guard. He was looking low, and it went high. Like I said, it was just a little change-up pitch looking like going in there. It didn't have a lot of velocity.
No, it looked like a knuckleball floating in as Tucker now the first person with 2 goals in the game. And he's got 2 goals for TMI Episcopal. It's Panthers 7, Dripping Springs 1 with 3:07 to play in the half.
Tigers have got to start winning these face-offs, and luckily they get this one. No, yes, no, yes.
Ground ball hacked there, and I believe possession will be given, and it is to Dripping Springs. So that is only the second face-off lost all afternoon by the Fogo specialist, Caden Fenno, for TMI Episcopal.
That's very interesting, too.
So they'll return the ball to the spot where the foul occurred. And we have exactly 3 minutes to play before halftime in this Class B state semifinal. And folks, at the halftime break, we'll get you caught up on all of the scores here this afternoon on Semifinal Saturday here in the Texas High School Lacrosse League. And we'll start to set the table for tomorrow afternoon's championship games, as we'll have 3 championships tomorrow. And the officials reversed the call here, Tom. Originally, it looked like it would be a foul against TMI, but instead it's a foul against Dripping Springs. So the Panthers back in control as the clock moves under 3 minutes.
Yeah, they can't allow these little things to happen. There's another goal for the Panthers.
Luke Tucker. And just as they did with the first 2 goals of the game, J.P. Tucker scored first. His younger brother Luke answered. And now that J.P. Tucker has scored his second goal, little brother has to get on the act, and it's now Panthers 8, Dripping Springs Tigers 1. A nice shot there from 12 yards out by Luke Tucker, as you see on the replay. So J.P. Tucker with 2 goals, Luke Tucker with 2 goals. They have half of the goals here for the Panthers in this first half, as TMI Episcopal with an 8-1 lead in this semifinal. Fenno with another face-off win. That's now 8 out of 10 on the day for Caden Fenno. And Fenno has already scored off of 1 face-off draw. Still has possession. Instead, now he'll dump off as Wyatt Finke in X for the Panthers. He'll wrap around on the far side. Looking for a cutting Drew Marr. And the loose ball.
That was a good shot try for number 14 there.
Yeah, Drew Marr with the shot. It was deflected by Dylan Reeves so Roberts could make the save. Now a shot. Luke Parker. Kyle Parker. Kyle Parker finally gets his name in the book as he's left all alone one-on-one with the Panther goalkeeper Thomas Skelly. And Parker won that battle easily.
Yeah, Parker being having 88 goals coming into this ball game, finally got where he needed to be and got the ball in the net.
So goal number 89 on the season for Luke Parker will make it TMI Episcopal 8, Dripping Springs 2, with 2:19 remaining before halftime.
Be number 31, Caden Fenno. Number 22 for Drip.
As Parker now with a goal in the game along with number 8, Brady Taylor. And Fenno with a ball loose, ground ball effort. And that will be kicked right into the cross of number 18, Jax Myers. And Myers with a 6'6" frame out there tries to sweep the ball downfield, but instead it's out of bounds. And TMI will inbound with 2:06 to play in the half.
Turnover by the Tigers.
Wyatt Finke on the near side along with number 20, Luke Tucker. As it's a fresh shot clock for TMI, and we have less than 2 minutes to play before halftime.
Yeah, the Panthers are making easy work of this so far in this first half.
And a shot from distance. Actually, that was more of a pass to Wyatt Finke in X. As Shane Roberts tried to interrupt the pass. Instead, Finke now back in X with Luke Tucker. And Luke Tucker will find his brother. And they're going to call procedure because that ball actually went up the shorts leg of J.P. Tucker. It's caught in his shorts. It just looked like the goose laying the golden egg, did it not? Would look even better if they were playing with the yellow balls. We'll take a look here at the replay. Props to Tim Polster here, our director, as J.P. Tucker. I don't think I've ever seen that before, getting the ball caught in your shorts. That's fantastic.
Only on Game On Sports where you see something like that.
There you go. That's got to be cut into a short, guys. Save that one. That'll be a short coming up for later today. Holy cow. So Luke Tucker actually bounces the ball into his brother's shorts. Straight up the pants leg, too. You've got to look at the beginning of that and watch it go right up his pants leg into his shorts. That was fantastic. 1:08 to play before halftime. TMI in control here on offense as Drew Marr will go back up top. J.P. Tucker bounces it off the crossbar. Loose ball opportunity here on the near side. The ground ball scooped back into play by number 12, Noah Shomo of Dripping Springs, but it's TMI who will control as Luke Tucker has the ball in X. And now TMI will take timeout. So it looks like actually that was a timeout for Dripping Springs earlier in the game. So we'll step aside here. 46 seconds to play in the half. TMI Panthers 8, Dripping Springs Tigers 2. We'll be back with more of this Class B state semifinal in just a moment. And folks, we return to play out of the timeout, 44 seconds to play in the first half. As the TMI Episcopal Panthers in control of this match, 8-2, and they have possession here, Tom. 35 on the game clock. The shot clock no longer a factor, as the Panthers will look for goal number 9 here right before the end of the half.
Shot by number.
The ball out of bounds, and J.P. Tucker will bring the ball back into play for TMI.
Yeah, I think the Tigers just got to manage the damage, keep it to a minimum, regroup at halftime, and we'll see what they can do coming out in the second half. But they've definitely got their work cut out for them moving forward.
Luke Tucker on the near side. We're inside the final 15 seconds of this half. Shot from distance and a goal for number 15. Walker Allen, his second goal of the match. And just like Coach Blake Skinner drew it up, the Panthers score with 12 seconds to play in the half. It's now TMI Episcopal 9, Dripping Springs 2.
Junior midfielder had a good shot selection on that, had a good opening and made a remarkable shot.
And bouncing that goal past Shane Roberts from 17 yards out.
And that was
TMI Episcopal now opening their largest lead of the game so far. As following the score, Dripping Springs' second goal, it's been now 3 consecutive goals by TMI. The face-off win once again for the Panthers. They have 6 seconds. Can they get another one? Finke charging in, has a look. Blocked by Roberts, penalty flag. And now time has expired in the half, so we'll check here and see what's going on. Not sure how this will work penalty call-wise.
I'm wondering if he didn't infringe on the crease.
That may be a crease violation, so this could be a man-up advantage for Dripping Springs coming back for the third quarter.
They called it halftime.
Well, we'll call it halftime as well. Time has expired here in the second quarter. And we're at halftime here of our second Class B semifinal. TMI Episcopal Panthers 9, Dripping Springs Tigers 2. We'll be back after this short break with the second half right here from Magnolia High School. Stay with us on Semifinal Saturday, live and exclusive, right here on Game On Sports.
The first half for 9 Panthers, 3 Tigers. Take a moment to recognize a couple players that were recognized this year for Dripping Springs. All-State Senior Attackman Kyle Parker. All-District Senior Midfielder Brady Taylor. Congratulations, gentlemen. Well done.
And ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back here to Mustang Stadium on the campus of Magnolia West High School in Magnolia, Texas, alongside Tom McGee. This is Brian Shackelford. And Tom, as we get ready to begin the second half of our final Class B state semifinal, TMI Episcopal here in total control as we begin the third quarter of play. They have a 9-2 lead over Dripping Springs. And as Dripping Springs coach Bill Cafferata feared in this game, it has been the dominance in the face-off circle for TMI Episcopal that has made a large amount of difference in this game today, as evidenced by the 7-goal advantage for the Panthers.
Yeah, these Dripping Springs Tigers just don't seem to have an answer right now to the Panther attack. And who knows what was spoken at halftime, but they are just not winning these face-offs. I don't know if they need to switch a face-off personnel in there or whatever, but they're losing the game in all aspects of the game right now.
And folks, the second half of today's game is brought to you by the McKinney Police Association. Folks, the McKinney Police Association is raffling a vehicle at their annual charitable golf tournament in 2 weeks. This tournament benefits officers during trying times. Those trying times can include injuries, severely sick children, and many other things that tend to burden officers with expenses out of their control. And ladies and gentlemen, you can assist with this great cause by purchasing a $100 raffle ticket for your opportunity to win a brand new Cadillac CT4. The winner of this vehicle will be announced on the day of the tournament, May 24th, and you do not have to be present to win. So for more information on how you can purchase a ticket to have a shot at a Cadillac CT4 and benefit the McKinney Police Association, visit this website. It's www.cognitoforms.com/NEP services/Crest Car Raffle to purchase your $100 ticket for a shot at a brand new Cadillac CT4 and to help benefit the McKinney Police Association. And folks, also don't forget that Game On Sports is more than just the home of the Texas High School Lacrosse League. We also broadcast football, baseball, and basketball from high schools all over the great state of Texas. You can see our full schedule on our website at GameOnSportsNetwork.com or any of our social media channels. You can stay up to date there. Simply search at Game On Sports Network on your social media channel of choice.
They did have a penalty.
So we'll begin the third quarter of play. If you remember, Tom, as we went to break, there was a penalty right before halftime. And instead of a face-off here to begin the third quarter, it will be the TMI Episcopal Panthers with control of the ball to start quarter number 3. Really the worst thing Dripping Springs could have happened to begin quarter number 3.
Yeah, it's absolutely the worst way to start a second half, especially being down by 7 goals. We'll see if anything transpired at halftime in the Tiger locker room that would maybe trim the lead back a little bit.
And folks, in the other game that's happening right now on Game On Sports Network over at Magnolia High School, in the Class 2A state semifinal, the Woodlands have a 1-goal lead, 8-7 over Austin Westlake. And those two teams are battling to take on Episcopal School of Dallas in tomorrow afternoon's Class 2A state final. And we'll have a wrap-up here for you after this game with all of the state championship games set for later this afternoon and tomorrow. And every one of those 5 state championship games will be broadcast exclusively here on Game On Sports. As we open quarter number 3, it's going to be Wyatt Finke on the near side goal line extended. As TMI here, Tom, this second half, if the Panthers keep this up, and now the errant pass there off the cross of J.P. Tucker, and now another errant pass headed back toward midfield. So just as I say, TMI can take control of this game, an unforced error loses the ball out of bounds. But if the Panthers can maintain control of this game like they did in the first half, I think this second half is going to be all about ball control for Blake Skinner's squad and just looking to get these 24 minutes off the clock and punch that ticket to tomorrow's championship.
Yeah, I think they've got their tickets out. Whether they're punching them is a matter to be seen.
So the turnover now to Dripping Springs, and we'll see if Dripping Springs can get on the board and try to get back into this Class B state semifinal. The shot over the top of goal brought back into play by number 3, Dominic Bruni. Bruni gets the ball all the way back up top. They work with number 5, Tucker Walls. And, folks, keep your eye on number 4 in the black jersey, Luke Parker. Now with 89 goals on the season with his tally he had today. So you know they're going to try to feed Luke Parker as much as possible here to close this 7-goal gap.
Exactly.
And a ground ball won there by the long stick midi for TMI, number 17, Will Castellano. Panthers on the attack. And Wyatt Finke, and see right there is what I was talking about, an example of ball control. It's Finke had an open look, goal line extended on the far side, but rather than charge in and take the shot, he instead elects to set up the offense with 10:20 to play in the third.
Yes, absolutely. He could have made some hay with that, but they're playing their basic offense right now.
And to try and get a spark, if you'll notice, Tom, Coach Cafferata has switched goalies now in the game for the second half. In goal for Dripping Springs, that's the senior number 00, Austin Reeves. So Reeves was the spark in the game last weekend against Pearland when they were trailing that game at halftime. Coach Cafferata made the goalie switch, and it was the spark they got from Austin Reeves in goal that allowed Dripping Springs to come from behind and upset Pearland to punch their ticket to this semifinal today. So we'll see if Austin Reeves can do the same thing today for the Tigers.
Well, he's got 5 goals so far. He scored 5 goals in his own right from a goalie position with 3 assists.
Well, when he's not playing goal, when he's not in goal, he does play midfield for the Tigers.
Okay.
So they're using him in a couple of different positions. And talking to Coach Cafferata before the game, he was a goalkeeper until his sophomore year, and then his sophomore year they pulled him out of goal and put him in midfield, and now it's this year his senior season, coming back from a broken foot that he suffered in the winter. They've put him back now in goal, a position he hasn't played in 2 years, but it's been the spark the Tigers needed.
Well, they're pulling out all the stops already to start this second half.
Yeah, all their chips are in the middle here as we have just under 9 minutes to play in the third. As Tucker bowled over on the sideline, a foul call. No penalty call, but TMI will maintain possession, and you're right. They're going to pull all the stops out here to try to close this 7-goal advantage. But the flip side of that is if the Panthers can take advantage of this, they could really blow this game wide open.
Yeah, 2 or 3 more goals, Brian, on account of the Panthers might just end up doing it for them. You know, we were talking about punching their ticket. 2 or 3 more unanswered goals could do it.
Because a 7-goal lead, you know, we talked about it before, no lead is safe in lacrosse. So 7 goals, that's doable here with 20 minutes of game action remaining, but the Tigers cannot allow this lead to increase any further. The shot clock down to 55, and there's a ground ball win for number 12, Noah Shomo. Now it's still loose once again as switching to midfield. The previous goal, or not, it's number 99, Brighton Peterson. And he'll lose the ball to Wyatt Finke. Now a shot and a goal for TMI. That's the hat trick. The 3rd goal of the match for number 15, Walker Allen. And the TMI Panthers now into double digits. They lead 10-2 over Dripping Springs.
Yeah, the junior midfielder made easy work of that to test that new goalie back there in Austin Reeves. And he was able to come out on top on that exchange.
And Reeves just a little bit too late for that shot as Allen zings it into the net with 8:02 to play in the third. And it's now TMI Episcopal Panthers 10, Dripping Springs Tigers 2.
TMI, it's number 15, Walker Allen.
So Caden Fenno back in the face-off circle.
Panthers.
And a foul called against Fenno. They'll give possession to Dripping Springs. So count that as a face-off loss for Fenno. That's only the 3rd face-off he's lost, or pardon me, 4th face-off he's lost all afternoon.
Yeah.
So Fenno in the face-off circle, 8 of 12, as the foul will give Dripping Springs the ball. Working on the near side, coming across number 31, Lucas Willingham. He'll dump to number 66, Deacon Ivy. So with that goal by TMI, that makes this a must-score possession here for Dripping Springs with 7.5 to play in the third. Because they cannot allow TMI to get any farther ahead. They've got to close this back down to 7 as quick as possible.
Yeah, they really need to step up their tempo, but look at the defense on the part of the Panthers. They're not letting up one iota.
No, the ground ball forced there by number 22, Patrick Miggins, forcing Dripping Springs to waste precious time trying to re-secure possession. And now Luke Parker has possession. The shot clock down to 25 for Dripping Springs as we move under 7 minutes to play in the third quarter of this Class B state semifinal. Parker on the near side. And he's being marked there by the long stick midi, number 22, Patrick Miggins. Now Parker gets inside, low shot and a goal. And Luke Parker made that look easy. as he faked out the goalkeeper, and he does close it back to a 7-goal advantage.
With 6:49
Just a
left
good heads-up play by
in the
Parker.
third quarter. Scores
Patiently
10-3.
going up, down, and then finally getting that shot on goal to go through.
And TMI has also switched goalkeepers, because now instead of number 24, Thomas Skelly, that goal was scored on number 12, senior Dylan Dorgan. And that is actually the MO for the Panthers, as they have done most of the season. Skelly and Dorgan split the goalkeeping duties. Usually it is Skelly in the first half and Dorgan in the second half. So Coach Skinner sticking with what's been working all season long. But that time, Luke Parker made very easy work of Dylan Dorgan for the third goal on the day for Dripping Springs. Or Kyle Parker, I'm sorry, I keep saying Luke, I apologize. Kyle Parker, 2 goals on the afternoon. That gives him now 90 for the season, if I'm correct, Tom. An outstanding effort here in the 2024 campaign for Kyle Parker.
Here come the Panthers.
So Kyle Parker with 2 goals on the game, extending his season total to 90. And the Panthers now down to 48 on the shot clock as we approach the midway point of this third quarter. A low shot and a goal from distance, and joining Walker Allen in the hat trick club, that's number 28, J.P. Tucker. And Tucker scores to reestablish an 8-goal lead for TMI Episcopal.
J.P. Tucker.
We'll take a look at the replay here as Tucker drills one in from 14.5 yards out.
The senior attackman really came to play today. That was a very well thought out shot, and it put a little zip behind the rock, and it goes in.
So folks, your score now with 6:12 to play in the third. TMI Episcopal 11, Dripping Springs 3. Caden Finno wins the face-off easily, spins away, takes a shot, just missed the far post there. And Wyatt Finke will bring the ball back in from X for TMI. So we are now midway through this third quarter, as it's 11-3. And now it's 12-3 as as TMI Episcopal has scored once again.
You don't see too many long stick midi shots in a game, but that was a perfect shot. He was open and he took the shot and it went through.
And we'll take a look at the replay here as Finke will dish the ball out of X right into the cross of number 17, Will Castellano. And Castellano from 20 yards out gets the ball past Austin Reeves for the goal. And now we have a stick inspection here, and Castellano to walk us through what's going on out here on the turf. Because it looks like they're thoroughly looking over Mr. Will Castellano, number 17 for the Panthers.
And they're checking shoes and everything. Thought they did that with the 10-goal lead, not 9.
And they are thoroughly inspecting Mr. Castellano's equipment as the officials. Now, if he's found to have illegal equipment, will that goal be disallowed? Will they take that goal off the board?
I think they will, and then they'll make him go sit in the box, I believe.
Well, the officials are conferring as Will Castellano stands at midfield, arms wide open in the me stance. Because refresh my memory there, Tom, what is the limit on the length of the stick for a long stick midfielder?
Well, you've asked a question that I can't answer. Tell you the honest truth. I don't know the dimensions on a long stick midi.
I think it's 60 or 62 inches. I'm not sure. We'll check that in the rule book. But the officials are still conferring here. Play stopped with 5:57 as we do have a penalty flag on the field.
Yes.
So was the penalty from the officials seeing something illegal in the equipment, perhaps?
I believe so.
Well, we'll check and see. It'd be interesting if we could get a report from the scorer's table as to exactly, well, first we've got to wait for the penalty call. So a stoppage of play. And while we have a moment, folks, we're going to check in over at Magnolia High School in the Class AA state semifinal between the Woodlands and Austin Westlake. And as the clock is rolling with just under 3 minutes to play in the third quarter, it's Woodlands 9, Westlake 8. And now the Woodlands have just scored again. An update, flash update from Magnolia High School. It's now Woodlands 10, Westlake 8, with just over 2.5 minutes remaining in the third.
Boy, I'd love to be watching that game as well. Of course, I'm enjoying this game, but another good matchup over there, and they're having fun.
So the officials continue to meet here on what appears to be a possible equipment violation by the TMI Panthers, as now TMI coach Blake Skinner getting involved in the discussions. And now we'll finally get a report over at the scorers table. So Coach Bill Cafferotto of the Tigers getting the call from the officiating crew. And they're putting Castellano back on the field, so evidently what appeared to be an equipment violation against Castellano and the Panthers, it looks like they're waving the penalty off, Tom.
Flag was on number 17 for equipment. Goal is good. Dripping Springs will now have the ball at the top. Free and clear.
So I guess there was some sort of violation, but evidently not enough to remove Castellano from play, because instead of a face-off here, they're going to award Dripping Springs the ball.
Yeah, and they awarded them the Panthers the goal as well.
So Castellano keeps the goal. It's his first of the game now, 12-3 in favor of TMI Episcopal. But Dripping Springs gets, so I guess, a very minor equipment infraction. I'm not sure. We'll have to check on that. But the important thing here is now that the Panthers are leading by 9 goals, 12-3. And Dripping Springs with a must-score opportunity here as the clock hits 5.5 to play in quarter number 3.
Yeah, they've got to start making something happen. They got to work the ball in and hit that open man to get a shot off.
And the ball dislodged as number 13, Owen Davis, will lose the ball out of bounds. Kept back in play by the Panthers. Davis looks to secure possession as the Panthers try to run Davis out of bounds. Another ground ball opportunity, and that one's won by Patrick Miggins. So Miggins doing great work with the long stick to force the turnover. And now TMI back in possession with 5 minutes to go in quarter number 3.
That was a good defensive play by Miggins. You don't see that too often, but that's a heads-up play and what he came out here to do, and that's his job.
And another loose ground ball there, won by number 31, Lucas Willingham of the Tigers. Now Kyle Parker with possession. 2 goals in the match so far for Dripping Springs. And he'll back things out with 65 on the shot clock as the Tigers will try to use their best play and set up a good shooting opportunity. A fake there by Lucas Willingham. And once again, fantastic work by Patrick Miggins. Another steal for the Panthers.
Picked his pocket on that one.
So Wyatt Finke on the far side, spinning away from Dylan Reeves. He'll take the ball into X. Still marked by Reeves at 60 on the shot clock for Dripping Springs, or pardon me, for TMI. A low shot from distance. And it will be TMI who keeps possession with 4:06 remaining in our third quarter. So the Panthers with an opportunity here to establish their largest lead of the game at 10 goals as they lead 9-3 here, and we're inside 4 minutes remaining in quarter number 3.
Yes.
Working up top, that's number 14, Marr. And now in the game, that's number 32, Robert Jimenez.
See how effortlessly the Panthers, easy for me to say, are moving that ball around.
0 Austin.
And the Dripping Springs Tigers force a turnover as the long stick midi Nate Tayo with the long outlet to Noah Shomo. Shomo has traded the short stick, or the long stick, for a short one. Now the steal once again by Miggins. Miggins with a shot. Deflected away by Reeves. He tries the backhander, denied once again by Reeves. So the hustle award here in the third quarter, easily going to the junior long stick midi for the Panthers, number 22, Patrick Miggins. He has been all over this field on defense for TMI in the third quarter.
He's a hustler, and the coach has him in the game right now for that exact reason.
So now in X for Dripping Springs, it's number 3, Dominic Bruni, and they get to put the ball back up top to Kyle Parker, as Parker will slow things down with 50 on the shot clock.
All right, T.
Waiting for help from Dripping Springs as they get the right personnel on the field. And TMI will allow Dripping Springs to do what they need to do here, because the clock clearly on the side of the Panthers here with 2.5 to play in the third. Parker will take the ball into X as the shot clock down to 30. Parker spins around, low shot, slightly deflected by Will Castellano, just enough to move that away from goal. But the ball out of bounds off Castellano. Dripping Springs keeps possession.
Yeah, they kind of forced that last shot, but they were having to force everything right at this point.
Down to 14 minutes of action here, remaining in total 2 minutes to play in the third. And Dripping Springs needs 9 goals, and they need them in a hurry, and that is not the way to do it, as the loose ball picked up by Matthew Anderson. Anderson going downfield. That pass a little bit too long, but the ground ball won by J.P. Tucker. And the senior with 3 goals in the match so far, tying the output by his teammate Walker Allen, as they, between the two of them, have half of the goals that TMI Episcopal has scored this afternoon.
You got to tip your hat to that midfield freshman, Anderson. He picked the pocket for the second time, or, the second one we've seen in about 45, 50 seconds worth of game clock time. But what a heads-up play by the freshman.
They move the ball on the near side here with number 14, Drew Marr, as the shot clock down to 35 for TMI. 80 seconds to play in the third. Tucker in X goes back up top to Marr. A whistle and a crease violation against the Panthers. Will turn the ball over to Dripping Springs. So Dripping Springs with possession. They have 70 seconds to play in the third. The shot clock no longer a factor. And Dripping Springs desperately needs a goal here to close out the third quarter of play. They go way downfield, and that turns into a ground ball opportunity. Scrambling for the ball on the far sideline, and it's won by TMI Episcopal. 50 ticks remaining as the Panthers back on the attack.
Yeah, I don't know why he passed so long down the field when he had other guys shorter open.
And Wyatt Finke now with control, as there are less than 40 seconds to play in the third. And the Panthers will probably, I'm guessing they're going to take their time here and probably put something together in the final 10 seconds of the quarter. We'll find out now as Drew Marr controls on the far side. And that pass deflected. Ground ball opportunity. And that's won by Dripping Springs. They have 15 seconds to score here in the third. The ball dislodged by Will Castellano. A shot saved by the goalkeeper, number 12, Dorgan. And Dorgan with a big save for TMI Episcopal, as the horn will sound, ending our third quarter of play. Folks, we've got 3 quarters in the books this afternoon from Mustang Stadium in Magnolia, Texas, as Game On Sports brings you today's coverage of the Texas High School Lacrosse League Class B State Semifinal. Your scores, we head to the fourth quarter. TMI Episcopal Panthers 12, Dripping Springs Tigers 3. Come back and see us here for the fourth quarter. We'll have it for you right here. It's Semifinal Saturday, live on Game On Sports. And folks, we welcome you back here for the fourth quarter of action in today's Class B state semifinal. Live on Game On Sports alongside Tom McGee. This is Brian Shackelford bringing you the final 12 minutes of action this afternoon from Magnolia West High School in our fourth quarter of today's Class B state semifinal. Brought to you by Big Bad Carts. Caden Fenno will win the faceoff. And it's a yard sale as number 0 Brandon Magat will take the cross away from Caden Fenno. And Dripping Springs will go on the job here. They're back on offense as we start quarter number 4.
Let's see if they can make something happen here. They need a quick spark to get their confidence level back up, and let's see if they can make some hay right here.
Willingham on the far side. A big challenge there from number 10, Justice Brisket. And now back in X with the ball. That's Andre Deere, number 14 for Dripping Springs. A loose ball near the end line. As battling for it, it's number 3, Dominic Bruni of the Tigers, and number 13, Calvin Walls for the Panthers. The ball goes across the end line, and it will be Dripping Springs ball. And as I just mentioned, folks, the fourth quarter of this game brought to you by Big Bad Carts. Game On Sports would like to thank our sponsor for the THSLL State Championships, Big Bad Carts. They do custom golf carts with only the best parts the industry has to offer. From mild to wild, they can do it all from their offices in Salina, Texas. Check out everything they have to offer by visiting their website at bigbadcarts.com. So now up top for the Tigers, number 66, Deacon Ivy. As Ivy goal line extended on the near side. Shot clock down to 17 for the Tigers. Andre Deere wearing 14 for the Tigers will go back up to Kyle Parker. Parker down to 10 seconds. Charging in. Looking for a shot. The ball dislodged. He gets it back. 3 on the shot clock. And he scoops the ball up, but it's right into the big net of the goalkeeper, Dylan Dorgan.
Push ball!
And we'll check in quickly while we have a moment from Magnolia High School. The other game in progress right now on Game On Sports between the Woodlands and Austin Westlake in the Class AA state semifinal. As the winner of that game will play Episcopal School of Dallas tomorrow afternoon. And Tom, as we approach the midway point of that fourth quarter, over at Magnolia High, it's Woodlands 11, Westlake 10, a hard-fought battle between two very familiar opponents for the right to go to the state championship.
Yeah, a lot of hearts are hanging on this one.
A low shot and a goal, a seeing eye goal there for number 14, Drew Marr. He skimmed that along the ground from 18 yards out, 5-hole on Austin Reeves, and it's now a 10-goal lead for TMI Episcopal.
You know, it's kind of sad to see that happen. You got to have your hats off to Drew. He got open and got the ball in, check, and then made the shot.
So the score now with 9:52 remaining in the fourth quarter. TMI Episcopal Panthers 13, Dripping Springs Tigers 3. So the battle of the Big Cats this afternoon going the way of the Panthers, as Caden Fenno will once again win the faceoff. Charge inside looking for a backhanded shot. And he'll lose the ball. Ground ball opportunity, the win for number 12, Noah Shomo. And Shomo will outlet beyond the long cross there of number 22, Dylan Reeves. And Reeves trying to chase the ball down will lose it out of bounds. So once again, another unforced error by Dripping Springs will give possession to the Panthers. As we have 9.5 to play in this Class B state semifinal.
We're noticing some substitutions on behalf of the Panthers with this 10-goal lead.
Yeah, at this point, the Panthers trying to keep in control of this game, and this is a perfect opportunity, Tom, to get some of the underclassmen, some of the players that don't normally get some playing time, some very important playing time here in this state semifinal, as it appears that the TMI Episcopal Panthers will hold on here to face off against the number 1 seed Highland Park Scots in the championship game tomorrow. But still, lots of lacrosse left to play. We'll see what happens. But either way, this is critical game experience for these younger players that don't get a lot of playing time throughout the season.
Yeah.
Number 66 for Dripping Springs, Deacon Ivy.
With the ball, it's Deacon Ivy, number 66 for the Tigers. He'll bring it across the line, working on the near side. Marked by number 5 for TMI. The shot clock down to 60 as Ivy looks to put in the offensive play. Gets another attacker on the field in the form of number 3, Dominic Bruni. And now Bruni working the offense up tops with 50 on the shot clock for Dripping Springs. Or probably no, that's number 2, not 3. That's Truman Householder. The save there by Dorgan, the goalkeeper for TMI. And now this a loose ground ball.
Let's go,
The ground ball taken back toward midfield. And the ground ball win for number 1, Ian Hutchins of the Panthers. So the sophomore midfielder now in the game for TMI Episcopal. Working up top, that's J.P. Tucker. He already has a hat trick in today's game. And his younger brother, number 20, Luke Tucker, with 2 goals himself. So now the Tucker brothers control the near side. They'll go back to Wyatt Finke in X40 on the shot clock for the Panthers, as they're looking to milk this clock with 7.5 minutes remaining in the game.
Yeah, they're just playing catch pretty much around about this point.
Well, in talking to Dripping Springs coach Bill Cafferata at the beginning of the game, he said that he thought this game was a race to 12, and the Panthers now have 13. So, Coach Cafferata in his 11th season with Dripping Springs, he knows his opponent pretty well. And as far as where he thought the score needed to be, TMI is there. So this is going to be some tough sledding here in the last 7 minutes for the Tigers if they want to mount the comeback.
Yeah, another costly turnover on the part of Dripping Springs. Changes possession again.
Yeah, the unforced errors have not gone the way of the Tigers this afternoon, and it has been their undoing.
Gets it across for TMI Episcopal.
So now down to 60 with this possession are the Panthers. 6.5 remaining in the game, as J.P. Tucker will just lazily jog around here on the near side. Going back up top, looking for number 4, Matthew Anderson. Ground ball. The ground ball opportunity coming to the near side as Deacon Ivy will scramble for it. Penalty flag comes in, and play will stop for the penalty call with 6:22 to play in the 4th.
Flag on the play.
You know, it's sad to see things transpire because these Tigers have worked so hard all year long, and they put up such good numbers previous with their district and overall play. I just can't believe I'm seeing this.
Yeah, and we'll get the penalty call here, and this has not been,
12,
I would say a storybook season for the Dripping Springs Tigers, although what started as adversity in the beginning of the season has been, the Tigers have made a major comeback, and it's really a credit to that program as a number 14 seed to get all the way to this state semifinal this afternoon. So working on the near side, that's number 4, Matthew Anderson in possession. He'll go back up top with number 14, Drew Marr. Marr being marked by number 18, Jax Myers. They're looking for Luke Tucker on the doorstep. Save Austin Reeves. So Austin Reeves with a nice save there on Luke Tucker. And now Dripping Springs with possession as we move past the midway point of this 4th quarter. Charging in number 41, Nate Tayo. And the errant pass off the cross of Andre Deere out of bounds. Another unforced error for Dripping Springs.
It's just sad to see it happen, especially this late in the game.
So now Dylan Dorgan with possession of the goaltender. He'll outlet on the near side to Marcus Block, number 6. And now number 1, Hutchins with possession for the Panthers. But to give you an idea, Tom, of what I was talking about earlier with the adversity that Dripping Springs has seen this season, following the end of last season, a shot there and now a goal for number 15, Walker Allen, as that is tally number 4 on the day for Allen. And the blowout is officially on with 5:20 to play in the 4th. TMI 14, Dripping Springs 3. We'll take a look at the replay.
Goal number 15, Walker Allen.
As Walker Allen wide open, goes right over the top of the left shoulder of Austin Reeves.
Good play, good heads-up play. Not scared to take a shot even though the score is the way it is. And he made it happen.
So Panthers 14, Tigers 3 here with 5:20 to play in the ball game, as Caden Finno will duel on the faceoff at midfield. Ground ball opportunity, scooped up, no, still loose. We'll find out who wants it more. And it looks like it will be scooped up, controlled by Dylan Reeves for Dripping Springs. They'll outlet to Andre Deere. He'll look in the middle for Brendan Magat. The shot by Magat and a score for Dripping Springs. Just what the Tigers needed to stem the flow here, as Brendan Magat with his first goal of the afternoon. Less than 5 minutes to play.
A good assist play that got him the rock. Just cranked it and sank it.
So with that score, the clock at 4:57 to play in the game, it's now TMI Episcopal 14, Dripping Springs 4. As Brandon Magott with his first goal of the afternoon. And now the Tigers just need to do that 10 more times in a hurry.
Yes.
So a foul called on the faceoff win and give possession to TMI Episcopal, number 26 charging down the near sideline. And they go in X with number 25 for the Tigers. As the Tigers now with all fresh faces on the field here with less than 5 minutes remaining. And the ground ball won by Deacon Ivy and the Dripping Springs Tigers. He'll shoot from distance. And that shot from 20 yards out easily scooped up by Dylan Dorgan.
Look how fast they cleared that ball and got it to Luke Tucker.
Yeah, now J.P. Tucker and Luke Tucker working the near side as Dripping Springs will Dripping Springs will take over as TMI will lose the ball out of bounds. But as I was saying, with the adversity that the Tigers have been through this season, it's amazing they've made it this far, because at the end of last season, what was the freshman class at that time of 2026, the parents for Dripping Springs wanted a coaching change. So they were not happy with Coach Bill Cafferata, and that represented 26 players on this Dripping Springs squad. Because, you see Dripping Springs here in the Class B semifinal, and you think to yourself, wait a minute, Dripping Springs is a traditional power in Class A. So why are they in Class B this season? Well, this is why. Because as the parents demanded that coaching change, and that looks like a goal, and it is, as Kyle Parker hits the hat trick for Dripping Springs. And now with 3:35 to play in the game, it's 14-5 as Dripping Springs has cut the lead back to 9. But I'll finish this up here very quickly. The freshman class parents demanded a coaching change. The board met. They had a big meeting about this. Lots of adversity. They had a vote, and the board unanimously voted to keep Coach Cafferata for an 11th season. So in protest, all 26 players in the class of 2026 left the team. They quit. And that left Dripping Springs with only about 22, 23 players. So they dropped down to Class B this season, and they have made an amazing comeback. They were able to build their roster back into the 40s, and it started out as a slow beginning to the season, but the proof is in the pudding right here, as here they are in the Class B state semifinals. So you have to tip your hat to Bill Cafferata for the amazing coaching job he's done this year, as TMI scores another goal. But that's the kind of adversity that some teams would just never come back from, with 26 players walking away, and yet Bill Cafferata has this team here in the state semifinal.
Yeah, Finn Atkinson on the play there, long step freshman midi.
So number 19, Finn Atkinson with the goal.
So what happened to all the kids that left that
Well,
team?
they wanted to form their own team, and they submitted paperwork and everything, and the Texas High School Lacrosse League told them no, because Dripping Springs only has one high school, so they can only have one team from Dripping Springs. So those 26 players are basically persona non grata until they either move or rejoin this Dripping Springs squad. So it will be interesting to see what happens in the offseason between the Dripping Springs Tigers and those 26 freshmen, or now sophomores, in the class of 2026.
Yeah. Or
So,
even if there is a coaching change after all.
Well, I mean, you would have to think you've got to tip your hat to Coach Cafferata in this situation, because we have a stoppage of time here with 3:08 remaining in the game. Panthers in control, 15-5. We'll step aside. Back for the close of this state semifinal in a moment, live on Game On Sports.
Timeout. 1.
And folks, we welcome you back here to Magnolia West High School with Tom McGee, Brian Shackelford here to bring you the closing 3 minutes of this Class B state semifinal. The TMI Episcopal Panthers firmly in control here, 15-5, with 3 minutes to play in the game. And Tom, as we look at the matchup of what we'll have tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. here on Game On Sports, the matchup between TMI Episcopal, the number 2 seed. It's the matchup everyone wanted. The number 2 seed TMI Panthers against the number 1 seed Highland Park B Scots. And it's another goal for TMI Episcopal as they will win this game going away with the score number 5 for the Panthers. We'll take a look at the replay.
Just a patient play moving down.
Loose ground ball there, number 5 takes it, whips it, and puts it right into the back of the net. So 16-5, the advantage now for the Panthers. As we have 2:44 remaining in the contest here at Mustang Stadium in Magnolia.
Face off again being won by the Panthers.
A loose ground ball there, the opportunity. It's picked up by number 27, Ren Rosario. So now Coach Cafferata getting some players in the game as a reward for sticking with him this season. As the Tigers will control here, and we approach 2 minutes remaining in the game. And an update, a final score from Magnolia West High School in the Class AA semifinal. It is the Woodlands Highlanders with a 12-11 victory over Austin Westlake. So your Class AA final is set tomorrow between the number 3 seed, Woodlands, and the number 4 seed, Episcopal School of Dallas. So one of the finals left, penalty flag on the play, and we're just a minute 49 from deciding this one. As we'll check the penalty call, and this looks to be a man-up advantage here for TMI Episcopal.
Yeah, I think these Tigers are just playing for pride now. It's sad to see them go down this way with as hard as they've worked to get to where they are, where they have been or where they are this season.
On black number 2,
They'll be back. They'll be
number
back.
2, Truman Householder.
So with the penalty number 2, Truman Householder, this will be it's unnecessary roughness on Householder, so this will be a 1 minute penalty with a minute 48 remaining in the game, and the Panthers already leading by 11 goals. Bringing the ball into play, number 32, Robert Jimenez. As the Panther squad dancing around the edges here, I think what they want to do here is just maintain possession and let that clock roll as we have 90 seconds to play in this semifinal here at Magnolia West High School.
Yeah, that's just standard with this type of margin of a lead.
A shot, a save by Reeves. And number 5 will scoop up the ball. Said they'll get a fresh shot clock. 30 seconds remaining in the penalty to Householder. Still a man-up advantage here for TMI Episcopal. As J.P. Tucker will dump off to his brother on the far side, Luke Tucker. And they go in X all the way back over here to number 5 with 1 minute. 1 minute remaining in this Class B semifinal. Jax Myers loses the ball. Ground ball opportunity here. And the scramble for the ball still loose on the turf, picked up by number 41, Nate Tayo. Across the timeline with 40 seconds to play in the match. Down to 30 seconds now. As that ground ball won by number 6, Marcus Block for the Panthers. And the Panthers now just looking to take this time off the clock and punch that ticket to tomorrow morning's Class B state championship against Highland Park. They'll move the ball over to number 19, Finn Atkinson, who has a goal in the game. Number 5 with possession, and he'll hold on and let the final seconds tick away as the horn sounds, ending this afternoon's game.
Hard-fought battle initially, But my hat goes off to the Panthers as they've just dominated all facets of the game today. And they deserve the shot that they're going to get tomorrow.
TMI Episcopal Panthers.
It'll be some exciting lacrosse, bar none, no matter which game you watch.
Good luck.
Indeed, and folks, your final score here this afternoon from Magnolia West High School. San Antonio TMI Episcopal Panthers 16, Dripping Springs Tigers 5, and from the get-go, this was all TMI Episcopal as they opened up an early 3-1 lead in the first quarter, led 9-2 at halftime, and as you see the final score there on your screen, they never looked back. A dominating win here today for the Panthers, 16-4, and that will set up in a great matchup tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. here on Game On Sports Network in the Class B State Championship as TMI Episcopal will face off against Highland Park B Squad for that B State Championship. And as we take a look here for TMI, they had 9 different goal scorers on the afternoon, led by number 15, Walker Allen with 4 goals, J.P. Tucker, number 28, with 3. 2 goals each for Luke Tucker and number 14, Drew Marr. And then single goals for the other 5 goal scorers here. So 16 goals in all, just a thoroughly dominating performance here this afternoon by TMI Episcopal.
They showed what they were made of today, and it's very gratifying to not only the fans but to the coaching staff. All their hard work of coaching these kids, trying to get them to where they are now, it's got to be very gratifying, and they've really got a lot to be proud of.
Indeed they do, and so folks, you want to stay right here with us today on Game On Sports as we will wrap up today's coverage here from Magnolia West High School, but we still have more exciting lacrosse here this afternoon on Game On Sports as our crew at Magnolia High School still has 2 more games for you as we move into the championship phase now of the Texas High School Lacrosse League State Championships. The semifinals are over, and now it's time to hand out the trophies because coming up here shortly at 4:30 p.m. Central Time, it will be the Class D State Championship between Concordia Lutheran and Hebron, to be followed today at 6:30 by the Class C State Championship between Green Hill and Plano. And further exciting action tomorrow as we'll have the big trophies on the line tomorrow morning. And folks, please make a note of these special start times as due to the weather in the area, we are moving up the game times tomorrow. So at 9 a.m., make a note of that time, 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, it is the Class B State Championship between San Antonio TMI Episcopal and Highland Park. That will be followed immediately at 11 a.m. by the Class A State Championship between Houston Kincaid and Leander Vandergrift. And then we will close out Championship Sunday here on Game On Sports tomorrow at 1 p.m. with the Class 2A State Final between Episcopal School of Dallas and the Woodlands. And Tom, those are going to be 3 very exciting championship games. Even the ones coming up here this afternoon, we still have 5 fantastic championship games coming up for you this weekend here on Game On Sports.
None of them are worth missing, to tell you the honest truth. This is the best of Texas lacrosse. The cream has risen to the top, and these games are going to be just fantastic, hard-fought games, and they are worth watching here on the Game On Sports Network.
Indeed, folks, so be sure to stay tuned. We're going to take a short break, and we're done here at Magnolia West. We'll send it over to Magnolia High. But as we close out here on this dominating win by TMI Episcopal, Tom, your final thoughts on this game and semifinal Saturday here at Mustang Stadium.
Well, surprisingly enough, Dripping Springs didn't play as well as they wanted to. They came here with their hearts full and ready to play, and I look to see them coming back. But that's nothing to take away from TMI Episcopal. They deserve what they got, and their next round is going to be it's going to be an interesting afternoon for them as well.
No, and given the fantastic game we saw previously before this between Highland Park and Lucas Lovejoy, that should be an amazing Class B State Championship game tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. between Highland Park and these TMI Episcopal Panthers. So, folks, one more time with that lineup, 9 a.m. Central, TMI Episcopal and Highland Park in the Class B Championship. The Class A Championship at 11, Houston Kincaid and Leander Vandergrift. And then we'll finish out at 1 p.m. tomorrow in the Class AA Final between Episcopal School of Dallas and the Woodlands. So as we say goodbye this afternoon from Magnolia West High School, we'd like to remind you that today's Texas High School Lacrosse League Class B State Semifinal is a copyrighted production of Game On Sports Network and the Texas High School Lacrosse League. Copyright 2024, all rights reserved. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of the pictures and accounts of this broadcast without the express consent of Game On Sports Network and the Texas High School Lacrosse League is strictly prohibited. Well, folks, that wraps up our day here at Magnolia West High School. We thank you, ladies and gentlemen, each and every one, for spending your Saturday with us here on Game On Sports Network. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow for Championship Sunday in the Texas High School Lacrosse League right here live on Game On Sports. Your final score again this afternoon, TMI Episcopal 16, Dripping Springs Tigers 4. On behalf of our entire Game On Sports broadcast crew, executive producer Fred Garner, operations manager Trevor Von Dam, today's producer and director Tim Polster, our outstanding camera crew Chris Reniger and Tyler Rodriguez, our support staff Lisa Carrillo, Michael Gaddis and Jen Von Dam, and my broadcast partner Tom, High School Lacrosse League State Championships. Until we see you tomorrow for Championship Sunday, good afternoon and God bless from Magnolia, Texas.